Hello, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Lil. I'm Bryan's mom. When Dany and Bryan asked me to make a speech, and Dany's talking to me, and you know how he gets people to agree with him, so I'm nodding my head. But in my head, I'm thinking there's no way in hell I'm making a speech in front of all those people. Yet here I am. So there are so many memories of Bryan. From when he was a mischievous little kid, and yes, he was little at one point. And you're lucky that I don't like to make speeches, or a lot of tea would be spilled right now. I remember him being sent to his room quite often, and I'd get these little paper airplanes sail down the steps with, "I'm so sorry, I won't do it again." So I have a big collection of paper airplanes. The next memory is when Bryan came out. He was cooking dinner, and I was in another room, and he was nervous. He didn't want to tell me. And his sister, Jocelyn, was saying, "Bryan, she watches RuPaul with you. I don't think this is going to be a surprise or a problem." So I remember Bryan coming over to me, marching from the kitchen with the cooking spoon in his hand, and he's standing in front of me, waving the spoon above my head, telling me he was gay. And no, it wasn't a surprise. It wasn't a shock. The way he told me was a surprise, waving that spoon over my head. But then the next thing is telling me a date that he had with someone named Dany. And he told me about, and I think you can all say it with me, how someone came and punched Dany in the face. So I thought, well, that's it. That's a terrible first date. There's no way they're going to go out again. But then he told me, we're going to go out again. I'm going to see him. I thought, there must be something special about Dany. And the rest is history with Bryan and Dany. They might seem like polar opposites, but they are. But they really complement each other. I mean, they do complement each other so well. Bryan, with his quieter, introverted side, can rein Dany's extroverted side in a little bit. But as I've gotten to know Dany, I've seen him encourage Bryan. He's helped Bryan to find his voice and speak out. Sometimes a little too much, but he's just been such a positive influence I've seen on Bryan. I mean, I never thought I'd see Bryan skiing or camping. That's two things he's doing. As I've gotten to know Dany, I find a fine, kind, talented person who's generous, loving, and who loves Bryan. I love Dany's family. They're wonderful as I've gotten to know them. And the most important thing I see is that the two of them do have in common is their love of Pokemon and their love of family. So, and it helps that you're a great baker too, Dany. I am so happy Bryan has found his love. A toast to Bryan and Dany.
Make some noise for Lil, everyone. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.